Good morning, people. Bro, it's early. 3:59. And in lockdown. New Zealand, at least where I live, is back in level 3 lockdown. At least I do not have to take the bus to work today, huh? It's Monday morning. How's everybody doing? Who are we backing today? Rodri's back in Ireland? Or is that just because I'm wearing an Ireland jersey? Ewan, how's it going? John, nobody mentioned yesterday. What happened yesterday? Nothing happened yesterday. Thanks for waking up early. Oh, wow. Six Nations is not on that many weeks, right? So might as well. Early morning is right. Barry. Why do they stand 2 meters apart? I don't know. I guess there's some science behind it. I guess there is. It's raining here as well. It's absolutely piddling down. It's a miserable day. It's supposed to be pretty bad there, but it looks alright on camera. Is anybody in Ireland? Is it as windy and rainy as they said it was going to be? Morning, Neil. How early? It's just hit 4:01 in the morning. So I got up at 3:40. Cheers, Simon. Back in Ireland here, so Wales can be the only team left to get Grand Slam. There you go, like the logic. Blake, how's it going? We're about to have kickoff from the Aviva. Windy as hell, but the rain is gone. Okay. Kickoff has just happened. We'll see which way the wind is blowing. I'm at 10 seconds, so hopefully I should be behind where most of you guys are at, but we'll see. Can't tell where I'm from. From New Zealand, although my accent got a bit messed up because I lived abroad for 7 years. Billy Burns, man, I hope he has a good game. Come on, Billy. Ireland by one score. Been more of an even Six Nations. Hell yeah, it has. It has. Blake says should have stayed up for the rest of yesterday's game. Big V8 show. Yeah, man. Level 3. Lockdown here because we had 3 cases yesterday in the community. So basically work from home. Don't send the kids to school. That's my plan for today. Whoa, big aerial contest, but it's messy. Luke, good morning, sir. How's it going? Come on, Alan, prove me wrong, says Tim. Last chance for him, to be honest. For Billy Burns, he might be right. Because they've just recalled... they've called up Harry Byrne, right? Is the wife a Kiwi or some strange foreigner? She is indeed a strange foreigner. Heard the news, sorry about Auckland. That's alright, man. The government's doing their thing. They're going to lock it down early. Hopefully there's no more than those 3 cases and then we'll be back out of it, but we wait and see. Villiers just brings up for a deliberate knock-on. 2 minutes in. We don't do lockdown unless we have 30,000 cases. Yeah, different strokes for different folks, I guess, eh? 11-mile-an-hour winds. Which is not that bad, right? I know we usually do kilometers over here, but that's not that bad. Max, morning. Morning. Rossburn could be good if he comes on. And Cooney's come into the squad, that's right. Love how you guys get locked down with 3 cases and we had 30,000 yesterday. Yeah, like I said, different strokes. Our Prime Minister describes it as go hard and go early, and then you kind of get out of it quickly. But remember, we're a small country, so maybe we can afford to do that. Yeah, the missus is from China. That's where I was living for 7 years, so makes sense. This will be a mark. Feel yeah, did pretty well. He's tapped it. 3 cases is nothing. Don't worry, 2 cents. You still sound pretty Kiwi to me, although not as much as Gaza. That's the reason to piece it to the beaks. Yeah, Gaza's definitely more full on Kiwi than me. Definitely. Still pretty tentative so far, man. We're almost 4 minutes in. Nobody wants to make a mistake. Dulan's running it back. Jolly Bear. Gibson Park. Gibbs, was that James Lowe with the big left boot? Oh, he's got a big kick. Big kick. Now is not the time of day to try and figure out what a mile is. I know. I saw 11 miles an hour and I was thinking, that can't be too bad. What is that, like 20 something kilometers an hour? Doable. Three cases happened in Rodri's class of a class of 33. It's no good, man. The fact that we've gone into lockdown, I would say they're expecting more than just the 3 cases that we've got at the minute. So we had a few cases in the community recently that didn't put us into lockdown. Oh, Ringrose. Here we go. Ireland's got the ball just outside France's 22. What can they do? I haven't taken any of the notes yet. Transaction declined for $5. I thought surely I've got $1 left on my card. Oh. It happens. How many phases is that, man? Bring up the phase counting clock. I don't want to count them manually. Oh, a loose ball. Herring's knocked it on, but it was a tough one. Fiku's done the same. Go back for the scrum. Tim's got more cases in his house than in New Zealand. Has anyone else in your house got it, Tim? Or is that a slight exaggeration? Because I know you've had personal experience with the problem. Ireland won this and it opens up the tournament even more. You guys have hit 15 million vaccinations. We haven't even had one yet, man. We haven't even had one vaccination. The government's trying to get those vaccines in for the people who work at the borders, so at least there won't be a link between the people coming back from abroad and the people in the community. No, we're all good, man. Very good to hear. Six Nations popular in New Zealand, a lot of British expats. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's hugely popular with like hardcore New Zealand fans. Like I know before I had a rugby YouTube channel, I would watch the game on at like 6 in the morning, but I certainly wouldn't be getting up for the 4 in the morning game. Or I'd watch a replay kind of thing if it was on. But I definitely didn't like go out of my way to watch every single game. Good kick, France. Your wife had her vaccination last Friday. Oh, good. So she's doubling down. Martino, how's it going, man? Natural talent. It is a big game. Still pretty tentative. Dad got his. April 2. Kia ora, how's it going? It's early. And Luke, yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. To be honest, if I don't get up to watch it with you guys, I ain't going to watch it live. I would probably watch it on demand in the morning. But as much as I said the Six Nations is like not one that everyone's getting up to watch, it still will be on the news, definitely. So it's more likely to have spoilers than, say, like the Heineken Cup or Premiership or Pro 14 or something, which doesn't really get on the news. Kia ora from San Diego, man. Hope it's going good over there. A month ago, we were surrounded with people were terrified. Go anywhere. Calm down your ear of Wexford. Hope so, man. I think from what little I follow it, the numbers are going down in the UK with the lockdowns, and the vaccinations are maybe outrunning the virus, hopefully. France will probably take a shot here. They've just been awarded a penalty. Simon, you're doing editing. Bro, I hate editing. You're a brave man. I very rarely edit. Are you in a terraced house? I would not like to be your neighbor. I'm not in a terraced house. No, it's a standalone, but through that wall behind the jerseys, my 2-year-old daughter and my lovely missus are sleeping. So apparently, last week when Billy Burns missed that kick, as soon as I went, what the hell camera work is that? Speaking of missing the kick, when Billy Burns missed that kick, my wife after the game was like, "What happened? Why were you screaming like no?" Yeah. 4 o'clock on a Monday morning for us in New Zealand is harsh. Couldn't get up in time for the anthems. I know how you feel, Thomas. I just got up in time for the second anthem. My brother in London has COVID. He's asthmatic. Ooh, goodness me. Yeah, I didn't really see what happened with that kick. I hope he's okay, by the way, April 2. Asthma can't be a good thing to combine with a respiratory illness, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know how he missed that penalty because the camera just tracked to the side. I don't know what the hell happened. Yeah, basically, Tom. My missus is wondering what happened. At least by the time the game finished, it was more like 6 in the morning, I think, so it wasn't too ungodly. Neither team's looking too clever. Still very tentative, man. Just like you, Jelly Bear missed that penalty as well. Did that happen for you guys as well? Did the camera not just track down to the side and you didn't see a damn thing? He's fine, but he's bad asthma. He's slim and fit, so he got over it like a bad flu with lingering cough. Okay, makes sense. Good to know. Scrum penalty to Ireland, so they'll like that. Good attacking platform. I don't know anyone I've actually met in real life that has COVID. Bit of a slow start. This is Big VA Show. Yeah, I don't know anyone that has COVID either. Some of the people I know from here have either had it or like G-Man had it. Tim's family had a case. But yeah, personally it's been a bit distant. Even though my missus is from Wuhan, where it all started, that's where I used to live. Here goes James Lowe down the wing. Doolan's taking him. There's actually some rugby happening, other than COVID. Gibson Park. James Lowe. He doesn't want to pass today, he wants to run. How are we feeling about James Lowe's impact on the international scene at the minute? Oh, France have turned it over. Camera had to go missing since no spectators. Oh yeah, only the stupid noises. People in New Zealand aren't getting vaccinated yet, but they are starting, I think, next week. Porrick, how's it going? April Tui and her daughter got it. Your auntie died from it too, man. It's horrendous. To be fair, a fair few of my co-workers, like the staff in my office, a lot of them from India, and a lot of them, one of them had a cousin pass away recently, and an aunt, like you said, Tim. Like, it's been pretty bad over there, I think. One of the guy's uncles died, yeah. Alright, hopefully this game can make us forget about the freaking pandemic for a while. Doolan pretty safe under the ball. And he boots it. Boomfa. Nobody's back. Billy Burns returns it. Back to Doolan. Runs it up to halfway. Up and under. Earls has got it. He's tackled. Vaccine arrives in a week or so here in Oz, but I won't be getting it for the age of the last group. No news on the TV rights for New Zealand and Aussie leagues. A bit worrying, enjoying waking up for weekend rugby. I reckon, Sid, it'll happen about a day or two before the games start. That's generally how it goes. They muck around and they finally decide on it. I guess they haggle about a price or something. They figure it out last minute. Ringrose is on form. Ringrose, somehow, I still think gets a bit underrated. I said he was one of the best midfielders I'd seen in a video one time, and people gave me absolute stick about it. Lowe will always be a chief in my eyes. I feel so wrong to watch him play against DMAC. But glad he's playing Test rugby. Maybe it wasn't going to happen with the ABs. True. Andrew, we're at 16 and a half minutes. Burns is a liability. See how it goes with his goal kicking, eh? Reece Ruddock making himself a nuisance. Howard sealing it off, and it's penalty to Ireland. Is that crickets you can hear? Probably. There's definitely something making noise outside. Who will have the Lions rights? Like in the UK, I think it's Sky. Right, don't miss this one, Billy. You can get it, mate. Come on. Well, he's missed that one. Come on, man. Sweet Jesus is right, Barry. What the hell was that, Paul? I don't know. Come on, man. After last week, you just need a nice settler. A nice, relatively straightforward kick. Goodness sake. Oh. Got some money on Ireland. How are they looking? Neither side's covering themselves in glory at the minute, but they've had the first scrum penalty, which is maybe encouraging. Using Peacock to watch in the USA. That's good. It's as bad a kick as I've seen for many years. It wasn't the best, was it? Nah, Simon, the crickets are outside my room. I don't know, they picked that up on the microphone, I guess, because it's like a sharp sound. My granny and his Zimmer frame could have gotten closer. Yeah, that wasn't the best kick, was it? It's troubling for the captain as well, because you got to be thinking, do I trust my kicker to take the next one after that? You give him another settler, surely. Here we go. They got another penalty. What's Ian Henderson going to call? Another shot. Bloody kick landed in England, I know. The score, Jamie, is 0-0. Welcome, John. How's it going, man? Billy Burns, my grandson could kick better than that. Yeah, come on, Billy, this time. This time, Billy. %94 chance predicted success from this kick. Just to add to the pressure. Not that he can see that number. Hey, he's got it. Yay, Billy. We have some points, people. Good stuff. 3-0. We got some points after 20 minutes. He kicked it straight up front. Correct choice for the shirt. Well, John, I hope I haven't cursed you guys because I wore England last week in the live stream. They lost to Scotland. I wore... Oh, wait, no, I wore Wales. Did I wear Wales yesterday? And Wales won. They were looking like losing, weren't they? People were giving me stick about it. What was the other game last week I wore? I think I might have worn Ireland last week when they lost as well against Wales. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it's a good choice. Hopefully I won't have to change it. Strangely, the signal of France 2 seems to be synchronized with the New Zealand one today. I don't know how it works. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's slower. It's a bit random. Please wear the Islanders jersey when they play my Rangers. Jasper, I have an Islanders jersey. Did I mention that? I hope they beat the bloody Rangers. I don't think either side's been doing well this season, though. All I can do was Zebo back. What was up with the falling out with him in Irish rugby? Yeah, was that a him and Joe Schmidt thing, right? France don't seem to have much of their hoping for a break. Yeah, they haven't looked anywhere near as sharp as they did last week. But again, Ireland at home is a different prospect from Italy. Smash that like button to help you sense. Yeah, that's true. If you haven't, drop us a like. It helps YouTube's algorithm and stuff. 22 minutes and 35 seconds. That's scrum time. Ireland doesn't pick foreign-based players unless they're Johnny Sexton. Yeah, I think Ireland does have a home players rule, right? Uh-oh. Has Earls... Oh, no. I thought Earls might have been penalised for taking out Villiers in the air there. They're going to check something. He's got family in France. He wanted to play there. Heavy rumours he's coming back. How are the Islanders doing? To be honest, I haven't been following this season much. But last I checked, them and the Rangers were the bottom of the... Is it still called the Metro, or did they change it? Box check from Gibson Park. Oh, Earls gets, like, is he tripped? Oh, yeah, LaRue. Silly boy. Silly boy. I do owe you a Patreon sub. I forgot about that. We'll do it now. Despite my love of the fish sticks. Do it, bro. Do it. I think there's one video on Patreon where I'm wearing an Highlanders jersey, but that'll be for ages ago. Right, France have got a yellow card. That's just silly, man. No need for that. That was a silly one. Power play time, yeah. If we're speaking like hockey terms, it's a power play to Ireland. What's with the Six Nations and all the cards? What's with the players doing stupid stuff like that? Big maul. Here we go. Look at Reese Ruddock in there. He's loving it. Oh, James Lowe is a 2-on-1. Villiers coming across. He let the go. Oh. Did he get that down? Surely not. James Lowe in the corner. Surely not. You're an Islanders fan. That's crazy. I live on Long Island in New York. I know, Nicole. It's weird. I don't know how it happened. I just started watching NHL and the Islanders became the team to watch. Don't know how that worked. What are we saying? Is that a try? James Lowe seems kind of half convinced. Does his leg go out? They tried to push his foot out. I think he's out. Surely. Surely. Or is his knee just inside? I think his toes touched the line. This might be the angle. That one makes me less convinced that he's out. Does that foot go out? Oh, it does. It does. Just. At least I think it does. Didn't touch the line? You don't reckon? I could have sworn it touched the grass. Come on. Let's have another look. No try. Close. No try. Yeah. It was tough. It was close. Bloody close. The fake crowd are horrified. I swear the Aviva has the worst fake crowd of all the grounds. Like, there's a visibly... Oh, holy moly. Henderson almost intercepted that one. Oh, Henderson has been studying their line-out plays. What a close one. Jeez, that was close. Two very close ones for Ireland there. Oh my goodness. But you can tell Henderson's done his homework. He read that like a book. Huge scrum. Didn't think you'd be up this early. You consuming all the coffee in Auckland? Yeah, I have consumed coffee this morning. Shonik, it's 4:30 by now, so I'm starting to actually wake up. All the Irish have learned French, apparently. Hendo is important, brings so much to the team. Great player. You guys have got lots of locks, man. The fact that you guys have got James Ryan, you got Tyke Byrne, who's like that hybrid, and you've got Henderson, who last week was on the bench, is ridiculous. And then you got Baird, who's coming through. Like, yeah, I think Ireland's pretty sweet for the second row. Jasper's still waiting to get access to the game, seriously. Can't believe Italy have a Welsh-speaking scrum half. Yeah. I was always a bit surprised Wales don't do what the South Africans do and use their local language to do like line-out calls and stuff. Why don't they use Welsh? I guess because not everybody speaks Welsh. Like, South Africans do Afrikaans, right? Because none of the rest of the rugby world would understand it. So France's good performance last week because they were playing Italy. Yeah, it's a hard one. Oliver, how's it going? About 5% of the team will know any Welsh? Surely not. Surely it's more than that. I know George North speaks Welsh. Heaps of them speak Welsh. Well, man, we're already almost 28 minutes in. Most of them speak Welsh. Welsh is a growing language, but it's not known fluently or partially by everybody. I guess though, but you don't even need to have like a full-on Welsh knowledge, right? You just need to know the numbers, like a few other calls. It doesn't have to be everything. Yeah, that one definitely shows Lowe was out. They're showing a replay of it now. And yes, New Zealand would trade a few outside backs for some locks, that's for sure. We're a wee bit low on locking depth. Oh, what's a one-handed pass from Dupont to Pino. Here we go. France have finally woken up. Oh, that pass wasn't the best bounce pass. Fiku. There's try time. Oh my god, is that their first chance down that end of the field? Are you kidding me? Fleshin, how's it going? We've just seen a first try of the game, and with a yellow card as well. Unbelievable. Oliver. Whoa. Man, how did they have the extra man? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Was there's a forward pass? Oh man, they'll have to check it. They missed some yesterday in the England game, that's for sure. Just been visiting the son at his new place. Good game. It's been pretty tentative, flesh in to say the least. Couple of missed penalties. Classic French try. Yeah, it was. He's converted it. Seven points during a yellow card as well. One chance is right, John. That's all it took. Unbelievable. Whoa, Ireland running it through Stander and Keenan and whatnot. But France have cleared. Oliver's suddenly a try-scoring machine. Yeah, he's always in that good support line position, isn't he? Surprised they didn't check it. Well, for Super Rugby Aotearoa, if that gets underway, despite our lockdown here in New Zealand now, they'll introduce a captain's challenge, so the captain will be able to check it. Whether that's a good idea or whether that's just going to slow down the game, we will see. What do I think of Wales winning against Scotland? Bloody good result for Wales, man, to get a bonus point away from home. Although it was marred by a red card. Oh, go Ringrose. Man, he's good. He throws a stupid offload and it still goes to the hands. They got advantage. Whew. Sam Simmons is in double try figures in only 9 games. Yeah, he's not going to get picked though, is he? Grass cutter on Porter. Great feat from Ringrose. He is good like that, man. I think the yellow card's pretty much up, though. Yep, that's it. Yellow card's over. They won the yellow card, eh? Ireland could certainly use something from this play. They're just outside the French 22. Penalty, try. I think they'll take either. Whoa, the French defence is blitzing though. Ireland missing tackles. Fair play, lad, for getting up at the time. Oh, yeah, man, I had to get up and have a coffee, but all good. It's a pretty tense one so far. Gibson Park is very poor. I am still a bit surprised Gibson Park is the guy getting the nod, to be honest. Big rip in the tackle from Henderson, though. And they've ripped it back, France. Aldreet. Pop pass. Willemse. Oh, he's knocked it on. Jesus, madness. Auckland is back in quarantine, Tom. Yep. So, not going out today. I'll be working from home. France take the line out quickly. They want to keep the pressure on. Oh, sneezy. Dupont around the back now, he's just taking the piss. Healy's got his number this time, and no, you don't. Corona sneeze. Nah, that's hay fever sneeze, mate. Hay fever. Do they know where the cases came from? Nah, but the lady who's, I think, initially diagnosed works at, like, not the airport. She's connected somehow with, like, laundry from people returning overseas. So maybe she got it from someone's clothes. That's why this one's different, because there's no, like, direct contact with a person. Most of the people who've been in the community with it recently have come back from overseas. Wow. Both sides have missed 7 tackles, but France has made 82. Ireland's made 37. The percentage-wise, that's not a good look for Ireland. Imagine a 130 kilo monster like Willemse diving at your ankles. No thank you. My ankles do not need that kind of mistreatment. They're still not sure Rodri how she caught it yet, but that seems to be the closest connection thus far anyway. They still need to do the genomic testing and all that jazz. About 3 minutes to go. It's not been a classic so far, but it's certainly come a bit lively. France have woken up, that's for sure. Viable solutions, how is it going, man? The water boy looks familiar, yeah. Water, I don't know if you call him a boy anymore. Whoa, big scrum from France. Aldreet almost escaped Ruddock's clutches, but not to be. Advantage to France. They'll have a penalty if nothing else. No, they go back for the penalty. So they've shut the whole city for 3 cases. Fleschen, the lady got it and she gave it to her daughter and she gave it to her husband. So the daughter's been to school. So that's like 1,400 people at the school. So yeah, they're not taking any chances. They locked us down for 3 days, so we should be able to lock down on Wednesday if they don't find any more cases. But if they find more cases, it'll be longer. Sexton's the most angry water boy in history. Yeah, AY, they don't have a vaccine, but they are getting it next week. Like most of our risk at the moment, because anybody who returns from overseas has to go into a hotel for 2 weeks to isolate and get tested. So it's the people who work in those hotels that seem to be the most at risk of catching it and spreading it. Those are the guys who are going to get the vaccine first. So that's, I think, what they're hoping. That leak wink. The weak link will be taken away there. Right, France have just kicked a penalty. to make it 10 points to 3. We've got a couple minutes to go. Why not Kieran Marmion or Luke McGrath? That's a good question. At least our man Casey's on the bench, so hopefully he gets some serious minutes. My mum is so annoying and hysterical about your 3 cases, you can't deal with it. Ah, it's just 3 days, eh? Lock it down, get it done. Shouldn't be a big deal. Three people in your department with the virus at the moment. Yeah. I think our Prime Minister's hoping to just, as always, go hard and go early. Wait for the vaccine, if it's going to help. KC, 40 minutes, please. John, I would agree with you. That's halftime. Ireland, you'd say, probably had the better of the first 20, but then maybe France the second. Lockdown for 3 cases. That's the one, Ryan. Lockdown for 3 cases. Has anyone sat in those seats at the Aviva? Not me, but I'm sure somebody here has. Let's have a look at the stats, eh? Bit of a boring first half, says April too. It's not been the liveliest. I must agree with you on that. It hasn't been the liveliest. But France woke up toward the end, if nothing else. What are your thoughts on Ireland with Billy Burns running it versus Johnny Sexton? There's nothing in that first half that exactly covered Billy with glory, at least from an initial watch. Underwhelming. Just going to put that on mute for a tick. Halftime stats. Possession 56-44 to Ireland. Territory 45-55 to France. What else have we got? Tackle percent, 87%. So 92% for France. Interestingly, the stats on the website are different from the stats on the TV, but this is the official stats, so go with that. Picks for the Lions second row. Oh, it depends. If you go with the old fella, Alan Wynne, then he has to be captain. But if you're going and saying you're not going to pick him as captain, then you probably go Maro and James Ryan if he's fit. But it just depends. Like when I say Alan Wynne, I'm putting myself in Gatlin's head frame, right? He may want him as captain. And even at his age, in the games these days, like yesterday, he made a ton of tackles. So he's still got a few years, a few games left in those old legs of his. I pick Ellerman Jones and captain as captain because I want him in second row. That's the question, eh? If you don't play Ellerman Jones as captain, then who's the next Lions captain? Like, do you play Hogg and make him captain? Who else is captain of their national team? Like, do you play Sexton and make him captain? I don't know if James Ryan, like, he's barely captained Ireland. I don't know if he's ready to captain the Lions. Do you make Farrell the captain? Do you know what I mean? Like, honestly, of all those guys, I think Ellerman Jones is probably the best choice as captain. Itoje has leadership skills, but is he ready to be Lions captain? Really? Like, do you remember that game Saracens? They mentioned it in the commentary yesterday, actually. Saracens against Glasgow, up in Glasgow. He didn't look like a captain in that game, but I guess that's like a year or two ago. Slow start to this game, says Lawrence. Could write a report on a cycling race in France today. One of your freelance gigs. Oh, nice. Where are you in Auckland, 2 cents? I am in Onehunga at the moment, which is central south. But I'm actually going to be moving house in a few weeks, assuming we're not in lockdown. 2 cents. Why is Jamison Gibson Park playing? Jamison Gibson Park playing over Cooney? I do not understand either, Harry. I would have had Cooney all day long. Watson as Lions captain. New setup. Oh, it will be once I move. At least have Jones in the squad. See, that's another option. You can pick Jones as like the tour captain, but he doesn't have to play in the games. You know what I mean? That's also a possibility. You can have like a game captain as well. You could have Hoggy as your game captain for the tests and Ellerman Jones as the tour captain. I don't know. Cooney's not a big game player. Hasn't done it in 3 of the 4 biggest games he's played in. Also could be. Where am I moving? Moving out west. West. Not sure how players are able to take Owen seriously as a captain. Don't rate Hogg as a captain overall. He's kind of erratic. Ellerman Jones is way too old to play for the British and Irish Lions. Still makes a lot of tackles for a guy his age. Do you need more space to have all the jerseys? I need more space in that I don't want to share a bedroom with my daughter anymore. She needs her own bloody room. Back to the same one-off runners for Ireland. How far will the new place be from Eden Park? Still pretty far. But there's a train line that goes there. I want to get on the train. France should put Toma in. He is a game breaker. Finn Russell as captain. Interesting. Thoughts so far? It's not been the most fascinating game, but it's still close, so I'll take it. I will take it. The argument that Jones is too old is kind of bunk, in my opinion. Still top tackling stats all over work rate, so is James Ryan. Yeah, I compared his stats with James Ryan, Itoje's a while back, and his stats, like, Ellerman Jones has not, like, fallen off the side of a cliff just because he's 35. And people, when we were leading up to the 2015 Rugby World Cup, there were people in New Zealand saying, man, McCaw is past it. He's too old. Dan Carter is too old. We need to be playing Barrett. Bowden Barrett is the future. Get rid of Carter. Both of them still performed. I think they were still like a year or two younger than Ellerman Jones is now. But, yeah, age, in some regards, is just a number. You support Ireland? I am a neutral for this one. So, yeah. I'll be putting one of the jerseys on for the review video. We will see. Leo, how's it going? You're still recovering from Scotland's loss yesterday? I'll bet, man. It's 4:55, so I'm still recovering from having to get up an hour ago. Didn't Richie play most of 2015 World Cup with a broken ankle? That was 2011, but yeah, he played with a broken foot. Justin Tipuric for captain. Is Justin Tipuric the starting 7 for the Lions, though? You got Watson, you got Underhill, you got Curry. I don't know, man. There's heaps of good guys to play open side. Even though I know Eddie Jones prefers Curry in 6. Mark, man, good morning. How's it going? It's 4:56 in the morning. I'm hoping for a good second half in this one. I'm hoping to see a bit of Craig Casey, to be fair. I really want Billy Burns to have a good game. A slap in the face, that first penalty miss. I know, that was a shocker. That was a shocker. Hoping for a good debut from Casey. It will be interesting to see how early they bring him on. Leo debated putting LaRue in as your fantasy captain. Good thing you didn't. Well, it's only a yellow. Aldrit is amazing. Oh, he's a good player, man. He's got all-round skill set, that guy. So good that, remember, he almost missed the tournament with injury, but he's back fit, so that's always a good thing. Tipuric starts for the Lions for William. Tipuric, Faletau, and Underhill's the best British and Irish Lions back row. The cameramen aren't doing an amazing job with that penalty kick shot. Yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. I don't know what happened with that one. And Tim's got an understanding wife on Valentine's Day. Me and my wife don't do anything for Valentine's Day, eh? We've kind of got a mutual understanding in that regard. What do you think about Wales winning the Grand Slam? Wales are 2 from 2, which you can't deny. They haven't been convincing in either one, but you don't need to be. Who have they got next? They got England at home, right? That will be a good battle. Doris is the best 8 when he's fit. Doris is a very different 8 from some of the other guys, eh? Liam literally brought me a Valentine's gift. Did you say literally never? Or you just said literally did? That just skipped. Literally just bought me a Valentine's gift and we never ever do that. Oh, fair enough. Maybe 2021's a special year for him. Nah, me and my missus never do that. I don't know why. Bring on Wales, says Tim. Yeah. Do you think Lewis Rizam will get a call for the Lions? If you're good enough, you're old enough to do it, so why not, eh? They're not doing a halftime show here in New Zealand. They're just showing a highlights of the Scotland-England match from last week with the Calcutta Cup being lifted by Redpath and Cherry. So I feel sorry for them looking at them now, how that was going to change in a week. But at least they enjoyed that moment. See, Jack Willis injury, God, that was horrendous, yeah. It was pretty bad. Was Gibson Park good when he was in Super Rugby, Kakkonen? He was okay. Would I have ever thought Jamison Gibson Park can make the All Blacks? Nope. Like, he was a good Super Rugby player. That's about it, I would say. But yeah. We have a mutual understanding too, mate. I buy and she doesn't. Oh, nice. I think I prefer my one, to be honest. Who'd be the starting wings for the Lions? Who would be the starting wings for the Lions? Based on 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't have said Johnny May, but maybe Johnny May? Reputation is still pretty bloody good. Who do you put on the other wing? Do you think the South Africans are going to kick you lots of high balls? Maybe you go Liam Williams, although he likes to elbow when he leads into tackles, apparently. Josh Adams. Josh Adams, if he's playing and he's not busting COVID protocols, is pretty good. Anthony Watson's pretty good when England pick him on the wing. Yeah, I don't know. Simon's got Valentine's, Chinese Valentine's, solar birthday, lunar birthday, Chinese New Year. Oh, yeah, true. Me and my missus don't do hardly any gifts, eh? Birthdays, not really. I think I bought her a Christmas gift as a surprise, but that's about it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Duhan as well. Duhan van der Merwe. Second half's underway, by the way. Let's hope it's a good second half. Against the box, Van der Merwe is perfect. Honestly, I can see Cheslin Colby making Van der Merwe look pretty stupid if he plays against him. Because Cheslin Colby can tackle big guys, and he can make people who aren't that mobile look really stupid. But, I mean, it's not just people who... Like, Cheslin Colby can make anybody look stupid. France have just blown a massive opportunity for a try there. Goodness me. Wedding anniversary in 3 days. 31 years, man. You better have a good gift in line up for that. Man. Marchand with a big line break to start the second half. Dupont. Smashed Willemse in the head with the ball. Chance missed. Billy Burns is having an HIA. Duhan would be left on his backside when he goes up against Colby. Yeah, again, that's not unique to Duhan, but I can visualize that in my mind. Bye-bye, Billy. Locke's heads are useless. Just getting in the way. Everything's play on. Loose ball. Ireland got it. Come on. Oh. They're going to stop the game for an injury. Henderson. Please not Henderson. Oh, and somebody else as well. There's two guys down. Someone pay the doctor to say Billy can't return. Oh, man. Clash of noggins between Ken Healy and Ian Henderson. Bloody hell. Yeah, nasty is right. Bloody hell, you never like to see that. Whoa. Yeah, Henderson and Healy. Goodness me. That's a lot of kilos. Youch. Not good. Yeah, they might have to take a wee HIA, or at least go get some stitches. Healy's got blood all over him. First time of being ahead of you, you comment on something. I can switch to my stream to catch up while editing. It's a good setup. Glad it's working, Simon, man. Hope things are good over where you're at in China. Henderson is coming off. Delan's coming on. Stitch his head back on almost at this rate, eh? Yeah, someone's tuning in right now would have to wonder what the hell goes on a rugby pitch, looking all that blood everywhere. Jeez. They have to stay out. The head shocks was huge. Yeah, they need to have a check, man, for sure. Ugh. Not the best attack and move, that one from the back of that scrum. Ringrose and Low not quite on the same page there, or was there a knock by a French hand? It was Vincent's hand. Neither player wears headgear. Would that make a difference? I think it would. It would help with the cuts, that's for sure, but it wouldn't help with the concussion, is what they say. I'd be wearing it either way. Make me feel better. Yeah, Paddy Jackson's never going to play for Ireland again. That's pretty certain. Headgear can create cuts along the rim of the gear. Is that right? Probably less common. There was a time when a sponge and a bucket of cold water was all the treatment for a thing like that. True enough. Kick from France is too big. James Lowe drops it down. We'll have a 22 dropout. I'd wear headgear for my ears so they don't look like a cauliflower. That's true. I can attest to being about 1 meter or even less away from Kevin Mealamu's ears at one point, and they were not the prettiest things I've ever seen. Oh man, Hawas. Here come France again. Oh, Doulin's knocked it on. Only rugby injury, says Hanjo. 7 stitches above my left eyebrow into the ruck when my fly half jumped and accidentally hit me with the back of his head. Didn't feel a thing high on adrenaline. Geez, 7 stitches ain't pretty. My son wears one as a hooker and he's still got cauliflower ears. Oh, bugger. Bugger. That's what happens if you're in the front row, I guess. A lot of my mates had bad cauliflower ears from BJJ. Nasty looking. A lot of errors today. Yeah, there have been a fair few. "46 minutes gone." Ah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Really? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Thank you for the translation, because I had no idea what you were talking about. I was trying to figure that out. Haven't seen as much from Henshaw in this game, eh? He was lightning last week. It's been more ring rows from the midfield anyway. Dupont's just passed it to Stander, so even he is not having his best game. Keenan's going to get isolated. No, he's giving it to Gibson Park. Even Tyke Byrne feels like he's made less carries. He was everywhere last week too. Dupont's been loose when he was on fire last week. West Indies when I got crunched by two different players, both running full tilt in different directions. Goodness me, that's not a good place to be. I swear Ringrose is looking the best of the bunch. James Lowe with that big left boot. Somebody mentioned this big left boot earlier. He does have a big old left boot. This is the game to be using it. Ireland is doing better than I thought they would, but good defence making life hard for them. It's still anyone's game, but France are the only team to really open up, and that wasn't for very long. It's been the tale of two defences so far, and a few errors, to be honest. Missed tackle count's been really bad, that's true. Although you've only conceded one try and a penalty, so in the scheme of things, not too bad. Dylan is in Christchurch. How's it going in Christchurch, man? Christine's in Scotland. How are you feeling in Scotland after yesterday? Hopefully not too bad. Do you have a problem with the big super teams in the 8 with some stand-up players because it's calling teams to disband in Wales? Christine, no good. Sorry to hear it. Have a wee drink. Have a quiet one. Watch the Irish and the French and see how that goes. Rodri, what happens here is, especially at club rugby level, is a lot of the good players get snapped up by certain teams wanting to be successful, and it does mean some of the clubs which always get their players stolen are not doing very well. That's a thing over here in New Zealand. Some clubs can't get enough players to play for their first team, and other clubs have got like 6 teams. So yeah, it's not a good look. doesn't do anybody any good, but I think clubs want to be successful, coaches want to get a good winning record so they can get a coaching gig somewhere else, so it's just how it seems to go. Schools do it as well. Schools poach players. This is positively awful, says John. I'm trying to remain upbeat about it, but it's not been the easiest watch for 50 minutes, this is true. It's freezing, but I got to get up for work. Dylan, is it freezing? For sure. Man, it's mild in Auckland, but I guess that tends to be the way it goes. That's why we struggle when we go down south. Craig Casey injection required. I would like to see it. Oh, Jellybird's going to have a run. And he gets smashed. I think that was Porter that smashed him. Stay safe with the community cases. Yeah, Dylan, man, I will just be staying home. Working from home. Looks like we all need a beer. I know, right? Not just Christine in Ireland, Scotland, sorry. We all need a beer at this rate. It's only 5 in the morning, but I could use a beer. Go, Keith. Half gap. Villiers runs him down. Oh, for goodness sake. Was that Josh van der Fleer bumping the ball out of Jameson's hands? Oh, James Lowe's made a meal of it. Villiers tries to offload it. He makes a meal of it. Messy. Indeed. Bloody hell. Indeed. Shambles. Yeah. Yeah. Gibson Park is a muppet. They have Conor Murray playing today, then Ireland do a bit better. Not sure if they're used to playing without him, and Sexton both very experienced. Maybe. Conditions must be poor. Supposedly it's windy, right? Tyke Furlong's coming on. That can only be good for the game. The Bull's back. Why is Furlong on the bench? He's only just been coming back from injury, man, so they're kind of easing him back into it. Do you like Matt Barzell on the Islanders? Do you have a favourite player? He signed a contract extension just recently, and he's getting a good payday. Definitely a good player. Definitely a good player. I do have Nicole something for the kind of grafter guys like Matt Martin and whatnot as well. But yeah, in terms of pure skills, Barzell is one of the best in the business. Good to see him stick around, not like Tavares. Weather was shocking, but the sun has just started to come up. I'm about 10-minute drives from the Aviva, so it's not as bad. So there's no excuse for the errors. Right, can France do anything here? I'll take a French try at this point. But for the game's sake, I would like it to be closer. But it would be nice to see a bit of some slick skills. Here we go. And there's a try in the corner. Pinot. France are looking the business at the minute. Fiku. Yeah, James Lowe misses the tackle, which gives them the extra man. Very French try. Joe Lyons can hear the fat lady warming up. Just the 5 for France. Can someone tell these tools I'm getting up at 2 a.m. to watch this drivel? Yeah, John got up even earlier than I did, man. I got up at before 4. John gets up at 2. Low is as bad as Daly when it comes to tackling. Bit of foul play for taking out Earls in the air. He's landed on his backside, so that'll be just a penalty. Kelleher's on for Herring. When are we going to see Casey, man? Come on. Switch it up. Billy Burns is not coming back on, that's for sure. It's 4:22 p.m. and your teenager is not up yet. Goodness me, April. I guess I have that to look forward to. It's 5:23 and my kids are both not up yet, but yeah. What the hell? I took my eyes off the screen and Kelleher's just burst over for a try? Bro, I missed that in the entirety. What the hell? I think even France missed that. What the heck happened there? What? What? That's just lucky. I thought it was some slick move that I'd missed. That was just a mess. And he's like, thank you very much. Game on, says Joe. Oh no, he's looking for something. Looking for a knock on. That's what happens when I write. Oh no. They are giving it. Not a knock on. I also expected a cunning set piece in the line out. Nope, just a big old mistake that got capitalized on. Man, good kick. Game on. Luck of the Irish, says Hollywood. There you go. Thank God it wasn't Billy out there. Oh, Billy. He's not done his Ireland prospects any good with today, has he? Do I read the chat? Yes, consistently. Sometimes I miss stuff because of what's going on in the game when I'm reading the chat, but it's alright. It's the risk you take. They replay most stuff, and you guys will tell me what happened if I missed it as well. Come on, man. Bring on Casey. Please. Can you do a video on best country by position? As in who's got the best tight head prop, who's got the best hooker, who's got the best loose head prop, that kind of thing? Your lack of drinking lately is disturbing. What kind of drinking channel is this? That's true. Evening games is mostly just me drinking. When I'm on that Vilema, stuff gets messy. Much as Hendo and Healy are class after their head clash, they probably need to stay off. I would have thought so. Burns went off, John, just after half time with an HIA, and he's not come back on. He didn't have his best first half, to be honest. Like Ireland are rich in locks, England are rich in flankers. Fair enough. Could be an interesting video. Who's got the best props? $60 minutes gone, almost 61. Still only 5 points. Do I do Six Nations Fantasy? Nah, I didn't set one up. I've played Fantasy before and I tend to get a bit too into it, so I've just been doing predictions on Super Brew. I will do Fantasy at one of these days, I guess. He is a Kiwi, yes. When I say he, I mean myself. Don't usually speak about myself in the third person, even at 5:30 in the morning. This isn't a bad game from a neutral, non-purist point of view. This isn't a bad game from a neutral, non-purist point of view. So it is a bad game from a one-sided purist point of view. Does anyone want to win this? Hard to watch with all these errors. That's kind of where I'm at the minute, Joe. But at least it's close. At least anyone could still win it. All this game needs is a little bit of drama in the 79th minute, and it'll be worth the watch. Even Royal Nugent's just said, it hasn't been a classic. Scotland-Wales was better, indeed. Not great, but it has twists. The Kelleher try has certainly livened it up a little bit. Otherwise, it was looking too easy for France. Favorite Six Nations team? Believe it or not, I can kind of find things to like about all the Six Nations teams. I'm not sure that I have one out-and-out favorite. Penalty to Ireland. What do you do? It's a wee way out, but still very kickable. And Ross Byrne has taken a shot. It looked like you're trying not to offend anyone. Traditionally, it's been Wales as my favourite, as Joe says, anyone bar Wales. But that's only because I have a Welsh surname. But, yeah, I do have things I like about older teams. Man, if he gets this. So you have sheep betting in common. Yeah, I'm from New Zealand and I got a Welsh surname, so the sheep thing, I'm all over that. I'm all over the sheep thing. He's got it. What a kick. Ross Byrne. Man, this is getting a bit tense now. It's Morgan, Rodri. Morgan. Not Jones, not Williams, not Davis. Good game now. Exactly, Jonathan. This suddenly becomes a good game. Things have gotten spicy. Exactly right, brother. That's why you can watch a game which is kind of a bit of an arm wrestle, maybe a bit error-ridden for 65 minutes, and suddenly it's like you've invested all that time in, and now it's all going to come down to the final 10 minutes or so. Class name, indeed. Can't complain. At work at the moment, I got the game on the car radio and you guys on the phone. Using that data. Oh, it's out on the full. Oh, James Lowe. We don't usually do comebacks. Yeah, Ireland didn't need that. James Lowe. Yeah. Do I have any Welsh ancestors? Well, I must do, I guess. A long time ago. Teddy Thomas on, so anything could happen here. Connors has been on for a few minutes, which is good. A lot of Morgans come from your area. Nice. My brother's been to Wales, but I haven't been. He said there's a few Morgans around there. I'm Welsh with an Irish name. That happens as well. Oh, here comes... Oh, Teddy Thomas dropped it. With Saracens not getting promoted, that still remains to be seen, right? Unless I'm missing something. I know they've lost a couple games. Morgan's a bit of a rum there, Captain Morgan. Overproof, man. Mm-hmm. Llama's coming on. Captain Morgan was Welsh. There you go. Maybe it'll come down to a penalty or a drop goal. I know. It's getting to squeaky bum time, eh? Am I related to Morgan Freeman? That's his first name, so probably not. I also want Casey to come on, John. Come on, Andy Farrell, make the call. He may not want to give him his debut when it's a 2-point game, but come on. Morgan Cars, that's true. Pierce Morgan. Ugh. JP Morgan. There are too many bloody Morgans. Oh, Ireland have just knocked it on. James Lowe's just hoofed it long. Not going to take it quickly. Turned into a real scrap, indeed. Piers Morgan actually had an Irish father. Morgan is his stepfather's surname. Oh, goodness gracious. Did not know that. I don't think Billy Burns is going to get a last-minute drop goal because he is off. Kean Healy's just gone off again. I think he needs to stay off this time, man. I have to turn on flight mode. Alright, man. Take care of yourself. Who do I want to win? From a Six Nations point of view, I guess Ireland winning keeps things a bit more even. Oh, Lama's made a meal of it, but he's still got it back. This ball's got grease on it today. France haven't won the Six Nations for a long time, so in terms of World Cup in a couple of years, to see France get the Six Nations title would also be interesting. France don't trust their lineout, says James. Yeah, their lineout's not been the best. 10 minutes to go, guys. I find it hard to support the French in any situation unless they're playing the English or the All Blacks. France have just got a penalty, though. Olivon looks to be in a bit of strife. He fell awkwardly from that line out. I delivered pizza to Piers Morgan. He gave me a £2 tip. Is that true? I was in Japan for 2019, hoping we were allowed to travel for 2023. I hope so, mate. God, I hope so. Healy's gone again, Ryan. Yeah, man, he got taken off. I think blood. I think they stitched him up, but there's more blood, so yeah. France are going to take a shot. If Jolly Bear gets this, can you see Ireland scoring a try to win it? Or do they need to keep it within 3? It's a pretty tough kick. He's nailed it. Off the post. God, that was close. God. Craig Casey's not going to get any minutes, is he, John? Eight minutes to go. I thought he'd got it from their first, but then no. Just off the post. Gaultier's getting frustrated. Oh, Mr. Washer, man, the team of the week's going to be a nightmare to pick this week. Bloody hell. And John, it doesn't look like it. If Ireland win this, it'll be a case of France losing and then Ireland winning. It's been an arm wrestle, man, that's for sure. Here goes Dupont. Gets away from Furlong. Gets the ball away to LaRue. Ireland need to hold on here. All good, big V8 show, mate. Like I said, I don't have to commute to work today, so it'll be all good. Lewis Rees-Zammit in the team of the week for sure? Probably. Yeah, probably. Probably Hoggy. Knock on by Ireland, so French scrum. Whoa. 73.5 minutes. He beat Gibson Park, he beat Furlong, and then Gibson Park got him. I'll have a look at Team of the Week today, maybe. It's going to be hard to pick, though. Big defense needed. Jose, man, how's it going? We're almost finishing this game. We've got 6 minutes to go. Yeah, Roger, I do a Team of the Week video. I did one last week. Last week was pretty easy to pick, actually, I thought. There was a few tough calls. Like, inside center was tough. Oh, French knock on. Ireland will have a chance. You should do a sarcastic Team of the Week. Billy Burns' missed kicks will be to blame this week as well. In truth, Ireland style is outdated, not been changed since 2019. Part of me does wonder if Ireland would have been better off getting someone from outside their setup, because yeah, I'm not sure it's working at the minute. But anyway. Jamison Gibson Park is going to go the 80. Unfortunately. But I think it's the scoreline that's keeping him on the bench. Hogg had a better game than Halfpenny. Some of the Talisman players bigger. Davis, Halfpenny let Wells down last week, or at least went up to scratch. Yeah, I think Hogg probably makes Team of the Week. He was still pretty good yesterday. Lewis Rees-Zammit. Who else probably makes Team of the Week? Which of the locks were good? I'll have to have a look. No doubt about that, mate. Pat Lam. Yeah, Pat Lam would have been a good guy to appoint. Itoje. It's always hard as well to pick too many guys who played Italy. Big boot from James Lowe. Not into touch. Pat Lam is a legend. He makes a difference everywhere he goes, except when he coached my Blues and he was a failure. But that seems to be more of being about my Blues because he's been a success everywhere else. Worst team of the week would be fun. That might be easier to pick this week in some ways. I don't know. Hamish Watson. You're 11 hours ahead. Just tell us the score already. I know, right? There's 3 minutes to go. France have got the ball in Ireland's half. They are in control of it. Dupont is going to box kick it. They want to keep Ireland down in their own 22. It's pinpoint accurate. Gibson Park did well to keep that in the field of play, to be fair. And now he's out. Gibson Park was on the wrong end of that Dupont box kick, which was just outside the 22, just inside the touchline. Thomas was bringing him to the touchline, but he offloaded, so he did pretty well, but then didn't touch anyway. Bristol Formula Money plus Pat Lam equals success here, pretty much. Randradra, Piazzal times 2. 2 minutes to go. Dupont to box kick to run. Connors brings him down. Does he get a chance to roll away? Yes, he does. Ireland are looking for a turnover. 1.5 minutes to go. Box kick. Box kick. It's another one. Outside the 22. Need a touchline. Oh, was that a penalty to Ireland? This is exactly what Ireland needed. Come on. Unnecessary from France. He makes touch just inside the French half. One last chance. It is Monday in New Zealand. Yes, it's a work day. But we're in lockdown, so I don't have to go to work. I just have to work from home with my kids at home, which is going to be interesting. Can Ireland do anything in the remaining 20 seconds? Connors. Come on, guys. Get in there. Gibson Park. France don't want to concede anything here. Territory time, indeed. My daughter's awake. I can hear her in the other room. Oh, still got the ball, Ireland. Clock's in the red. 8 phases. They are actually getting up the field. They're slowly making the territory. They need good hands, Ireland. 10 phases. Furlong. Fake crowd is on their feet, like Simon says. Both halfbacks are going to play 80 minutes. Ruddock starting to go backwards a bit now, Ireland. Gibson Park's trying to milk a penalty, but he doesn't get it. Furlong's pushed backwards. Needs some more potatoes. If you don't know that Tyke Furlong is addicted to potatoes, he's addicted to potatoes. He likes potatoes. So do I. Oh, they're starting to go backwards now, Ireland. They're back in their own half. 16 phases. France have turned it over. That's it. That's the game. Boomfa. Disappointing from Ireland at the death. Oh, well, they get a losing bonus point to Ireland, but it's not going to do them much good. Damn. 15-13. 2 tries to 1. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Like, are Ireland happy that they got within 2 points of a pretty good French side, or are France disappointed they didn't play better? Both sides were probably a bit off the pace. Anyway. France win, indeed. Ken, most welcome man. 11J said, Jonathan, man, all good. Your wife is French. There you go, man. Good win for the missus. Valentine's Day present for her. Alright. You guys take care of yourselves. Gonna enjoy my Monday. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. Cheers, John. Blake, Rodri, Reese, Flesh, and Tom, everybody, take care of yourselves. And, yeah, see you guys again next time. Bye.